Now, what up, YouTube? I'm back with another one. And before I get into this, I just want to give my man a shout out. Good man. Watch plenty of his content. And if you ever get a chance, check him out. It's a righteous perspective. Yes, sir. Check him out, he good. But what I want to talk about is how this left and right, it's starting to really feel like a battle of good and evil, right? Like one side believes in prayer, going to church, raising your family, go to work like normal people and everything, just regular life. Like how we did it always until now, because it done got so crazy. And then you got the Democrats, which is trying to change kids, boys into girls, girls into boys. They want crime all in the street. They want lawlessness. And so, I started thinking to myself, I said, that's why I call them the Democrats. Because it seems like they just going all against it. And so, I don't even call it conservative or liberal, Democrat, Republican. This is good versus evil. And I'll let you see. But without further and make sure you like, subscribe, and share. But without holding you guys up, let me show you what's going on.
So y'all thought they was playing when they said when Trump got in the White House, we was going to lose our rights and we was going to lose freedoms? Do you get it now? Do you really see it now? Because indeed, since Trump has been in that White House, we have lost a lot of freedoms. Let me explain. We have lost the freedom to choose. We cannot choose what politicians we want to like anymore since Trump been in that White House. Because if you don't choose the Democratic Party, they're going to make your life a living hell. Okay? We can't choose what we want to say on the internet. We're losing our freedom of speech. Because if you say the wrong thing against the Democratic Party, if you say the wrong thing and agree with the Trump administration, they're going to make your life a living hell. These women that are losing their right to vote, holy, do you know they never had that right to begin with because they're not United States citizens? They didn't have the right to vote to begin with, yet they were voting in these elections, and they are now going to lose that right because it wasn't theirs to begin with. Let's stay there. Our children are losing the right to choose not to protest against ICE because of the Democratic Party and the teachers forcing them to do it because if they don't go out there and go with their buddies and with the rest of the school, they're being bullied, they're being talked about, they're being jumped on. These people are being beat up by classmates for not wanting to go outside in the cold and protest ICE. So they were absolutely correct when they said when Donald Trump got in the White House, we were going to lose rights and freedoms. But what they didn't tell you was those rights and freedoms were going to be taken away from you by the Democratic Party because that's always been who they were. They take away the things from you that they feel like they gave you because you don't deserve it. They're not yours to have because they gave it to you so they can take it away. And that's how they truly feel, that's how they truly believe. I lost something. It was them all along. It was them all along.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling up today. We got a lot to get into.
Now, see, that's crazy how I like how she spent that around on them like that. And they swear, Orange Man so bad. But look at what they doing. They got people running up in people's churches while they having services. protesting. Yeah, they got them outside fighting ICE, which the FBA community most definitely ain't having no part of that. I don't know how y'all, they got it in y'all head so hard. Go out there and fight ICE, and these people is doing it. You know, it just don't make no sense to me. So now,
charge for every message.
Wait a minute.
This app
Hold on.
free. Girls here are
My bad.
direct. They ask you out.
So while they doing all that, they steady standing out the protesters, which some are paid for. Yeah. Some people are getting paid to protest, and that's coming out the Democrats' pocket so they can try to steer the narrative on the ICE agents. You know? I mean, it's just the thought of what these people was willing to do for some votes and to keep immigrants in here to try to replace. It's getting out of hand. And then the white liberal women, they getting so out of hand, they starting to call black people the hard ER. I guess whenever they feel like it. Now, I haven't experienced any of that because, like I say, you come hit me with a hard ER, I'm going to hit your ass with a hard ER. Right? So, it's just crazy. Look at this, Somebody look at this. They tearing up the Trump tires all because they mad at Trump. Look at this. Paid protesters, agitators.
The ones that actually believe in politics, we know a lot of these folks, they're being paid. I heard that just to go out there and hold a sign from $25 an hour. I also heard that, if they're an agitator, they can get upwards to $50 an hour, and if they got to do it in the freezing cold of Minnesota, they would request up to $100 an hour to get out here and protest. But these are some wicked individuals. They're ridiculous.
Nothing brings out the inner Klansman of a white liberal faster than a black person who refuses to obey. Every time I log into social media, I'm seeing a new video from white liberals, especially white liberal women, questioning the purity and validity of black people, calling them traitors and sellouts and even the N-word, because they are no longer subscribing to the orthodoxy of the political left. And I think that's interesting to see that they have become so confident and so overt in their anti-black racism, which
so emboldened
has always presented itself.
Yeah. All right, keep on. You gon' FAFO. But yeah, all my conservatives, FBA. It's just like I say, it's not our fight. Let them continue go out there being lawless, and we'll see how that turns out while we sitting on the couch eating popcorn watching it. Yeah. See how that goes. See how that work out. But I just had to bring that to y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share as well. But yeah, this battle ain't no regular battle. This feel like good versus evil. The Democrats is evil. The Republicans probably got a little evilness going on too, but they is not doing all this. So like, subscribe, and share, man. More to come.